Walk with me into the heart of a king who loved a humble woman. She was not born of a royal line, and she had no standing in the royal court, not even the title of handmaid. She had no education, and she was very poor. She was dressed in rags, and she lived in a hovel, an open shed used to shelter tools and cattle. She searched for her food everywhere and accepted from whomever gave to her, if anyone gave to her, for she was merely a ragged peasant. But for reasons no one could quite figure out, the king loved this woman, as kings are known to do. Indeed, he loved this woman, and why did he love her, my dear friends? That is beyond explanation. But he could not stop loving her. In the heart of this great king, there were thoughts that arose. How would he reveal his love for this woman? How could he bridge the chasm, the walls that separated the two of them? He wanted to ask his advisors, but he knew their advice. "Command her to be your queen," they would say. For his advisors saw him as a man of immense power. Oh, his foreign powers, they did tremble before him. The statesmen, they all feared him. And those who were the common people and those who were rich, they did grovel when they heard his voice or thought of his image. His advisors did not know the heart of the king, and that he did not want her eternal debt because of his command. He wanted this woman to love him fully, uncoerced. This king could command the woman and elevate her position, shower her with gifts, dress her in purple and silk, and have her crowned as his queen. But if he brought her to his palace, if he radiated his sun, the sun of his magnificence upon her, if she saw that wealth and power and pomp, she would be overwhelmed. But then how would the king ever know if she loved him for himself or because of everything that he had given her? The king knew. He knew that there was no power in the world. And even with all the power in the world, you cannot unlock a human heart. It can only be opened from the inside. Some surrounding the king surely would have told him to find some other woman, one more worthy. But the king's heart was fixed. How would he ensure this woman that he loved her and always would love her, even if she remained simply a peasant? And would the woman summon enough confidence to never remember what he wished he could forget, that he was king and she a woman of humble means and life? These thoughts burned in his heart until he recognized there was only one solution, only one way. So on a starry night, as the moon shone upon him, the king rose from his throne. He removed his crown. He relinquished his scepter. He laid aside his robes, and he took upon himself the life of a peasant. He dressed in rags, and he searched for food everywhere he could and accepted from whomever would give to him. He too lived in a hovel, that open shed that shelters tools and cattle. No, do not think, though, that he just put on the outward appearance of a peasant. No, he became a peasant. Oh, he knew this was the only way. He became as ragged as the very one that he loved, so they could be united forever. The only way. His raggedness, his poverty, his humility became the very signature of his presence. And this shall be a sign to you, and you shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger. Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head.